The day has come! Oh my God, I'm so excited. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of Tea Time with Mel and Jay. I'm Jay. This is Mel.
I'm Mel. Hi.
And we're here on behalf of In the Zone, and we decided to run this podcast with our champagne. Today we have mimosas, La Marca specifically. And we decided to do this and review some sports reality TV, some sports documentaries, anything and everything. And we found a really good place to start, I think. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah. So we're going to be reviewing the Bradshaw Bunch, which is currently airing on E! Every Thursday. There's been 6 episodes so far. Or is it 7?
I think they just had 7. I think they just released the 7th one.
Perfect. We're going to be reviewing episodes 1 through 5, then 5 through 10.
Yeah.
Split it up.
Big finale.
Do a little split season situation. So into it. I found out there's 10 episodes because I did a little DM slide on
a
IG.
Thing you did.
I slid into Rachel Bradshaw and asked her because I couldn't find it on the internet. How can you not find it on the internet?
It's kind of crazy, and I was thinking about that with like all of my Bravo shows that I watch. Like, I always know when it's like a mid-season finale, how many episodes are going to be in the season. This was a little trickier to find.
Yeah, couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Could not find it.
Right, and I mean, good thing you did slide into her DMs because we would have thought that the 5th episode was the finale.
Yeah,
so,
and then they just kept coming.
Thank God we have more.
Yes. So, yes, that's what we're here to do, review, starting with the Bradshaw Bunch. Definitely an interesting thing. We're going to get into details in a little bit. Just a little bit about us because we're new and we want to invite you into our lives and tea time. We're totally into it.
Come sit with us on our couch.
Yeah, we're here on this couch. Our first episode actually is in person. Most likely the rest are going to be on Zoom.
Yep.
But that's okay.
That's all right.
Cheers
That's what quarantine is.
Yeah.
Quarantine's all
crazy.
about. We're going quarantine crazy.
Going quarantine crazy. Okay, so my name is Jackie. I am with In the Zone, and I've been with the company for a long time, and I'm a sports host, a sports writer, a sports video
fanatic,
host.
yes.
Yeah. And this is Mel, and tell about yourself.
I'm Melody. I'm an actress, singer, living in New York City, and I'm so excited because Jay and I have actually been talking about doing a podcast for, I don't know, how long have we known each other?
Honestly, so long.
I know. It's almost like 10 years.
Yeah.
Which
and we've
is
been
kind of
talking about
wild.
it for probably 7.
Yes.
Every time we're together, we're like, why is nobody taping this?
Why doesn't everyone
Taping.
think that we
Who
are
says taping?
taping? We think
Recording.
we're pretty funny, so hopefully you guys do too.
Yeah, totally. So that's us in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And I just immediately thought of her to join me on this journey when the idea to review the Bradshaw Bunch came up. Because I have my sports side of it. Yeah. She's a reality show connoisseur.
I know. It's so bad, but it's so good.
So I thought this just was a perfect opportunity for us. So we're really excited to be here. Yeah, for sure. So I figure a little rundown of the show that we would each give
kind of
our initial,
insight.
like our initial reactions to the first 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, never a dull moment.
What a whirlwind.
What a whirlwind.
Adventure it has been so far with the Bradshaws.
Yeah.
I feel like they're my neighbors now.
Yeah. So we'll get into it. We'll each give our initial reactions. Then we'll talk about some bullet points. Then we're going to review and give our champagne flute rating system.
Yeah. So 1 through 5.
Yep.
Drinks. And then, I have to, of course, honor my daddy, Andy Cohen of Bravo, my zaddy of all reality TV, what his kind of thoughts would be on this show. And, since you can watch it on the Bravo app, which I am a big fan of, we'll have to see what Daddy Andy says about it.
Okay, great. So I thought to compliment Andy's reaction, I would give what good friend of Terry Bradshaw, Michael Strahan, would say about this little reality show he's got going on.
I'm very interested to hear.
Yeah,
what you have to say.
Just such different personalities in Andy and Michael, and I think they're going to have very different reactions, but this is really
Who
kind of
knows?
cool.
Yeah. You'll have to listen in.
Maybe they'll have the same reaction. Like, who knows?
Honestly, I think we'll probably have very similar reactions.
Okay, so let's get into it. I'll start if that's okay.
Let's dive on in. Let's go.
So just a few sentences about what we really thought about this show. So, okay. Initially, I was like, actually, what is even happening? It kind of just starts off and you're like, where are they? Who are these people? What is happening? Are we on planet Earth? Yeah,
no, it was very disconcerting because I was like, we could be in Montana, we could be on Mars. I was really confused as to where we were.
So that brings me to this point. They said, all right, so we're in Oklahoma, and then in the next 4 episodes, they're in Texas. And I'm thinking, where is this ranch? Is it in Oklahoma or is it in Texas? And I understand like the relativity of that, but where are they? So that was a question that popped into my mind. I just also thought it was all over the place. There's 3 daughters, one's a stepdaughter, there's a wife, I think it's the 3rd wife, just a lot of things. There's grandkids. Overall, I was like, I'm uncomfortable. He makes me kind of feel a little weird.
He's a lot. He's a big personality.
Where are his pants?
Yes.
Big personality, but like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yes.
And just a lot. But up towards the 5th episode, I was like getting kind of into it because Rachel has some dating issues. And I'm like, girl, I feel you.
Same, yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
With the dating apps, with the peace, I'm not leaving. I'm leaving, but I'm not telling you. Peace, I got this girl pregnant. Peace, done. I feel you, girl. Rachel Bradshaw, I feel you. So those are my overall reactions. What was your like overall take?
Well, I mean, to start out, it's shot very beautifully, which is always a plus for these reality shows. I don't know how they do it, but it looks so gorgeous all the time. Even though I didn't know where we were, I was like, okay, I'm into it. I'm vibing.
Yeah.
There's a farm. There's some animals.
Yeah.
We're good. I mean, my first call out was the first episode is all about his daughter's boobs. And so here we are meeting these people, this family for the first time. You know, he has these 3 gorgeous daughters. Yeah. They all have these like hot husbands, like Tammy's a smoke show. But like the whole first episode was about boobs. And I was like, okay, let's see where we're going to go from here. Yeah, what is up?
What's coming next?
And I think a lot of times with reality TV, sometimes these families fall into the trap of trying to be a little bit too much for the television. They're like, I've got to have this story. It's got to seem like XYZ, cookie cutter, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's kind of what happened in the first episode. It seemed a little contrived. Yeah. But as the episodes kept going along, they had these different events, luckily, that they could kind of lean into. Like you have a monster truck rally. They go visit a Marine base down in DC. Yeah. So they start to do more things that seem natural, that a family would do. Yeah. They have natural conversations, like these car conversations with their dad, taking these walks with the family. So you kind of do get a little glimpse into who they actually are. And I think that veil of reality TV is kind of settles by the 5th episode where we're at now.
Exactly, that's what I thought. I'm like, what just happened? I feel like everything is settling down a little bit.
Yeah, it is. And it's getting a little bit more, as you were saying, comfortable to watch. Because at the beginning, you're like, whoa, this is a lot of personality. Yeah. Terry is not wearing pants. He is a lot. Pants. He is yelling. It's chaos. There's children everywhere. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely happy where we've been with this 5th episode, and I'm excited to see what's coming up next. But I wouldn't say it was the smoothest start to this season.
I wouldn't say that either, because in the beginning, okay, so aside from Terry doing Zooms and standing up and literally being in his underpants with like a dress shirt, uncomfortable, there's times when he's like, I'm jumping in the pool, rips off his shirt. I'm like, where's that belly coming from? I know you're older. Oh my God. I can't.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah. Because I know him as a 4-time Super Bowl winning quarterback with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who weighed 100 less pounds than he does today.
Exactly.
I guess being on the ranch away from everybody in Oklahoma / Texas / I don't know.
Right.
Changes the body.
Right. There's a lot of barbecue that they do, you know, but again, I'm not going to body shame anybody. All bodies are beautiful, but it was a little shocking to see a grown man that we know and love from television, you know, growing up, watching him on TV, you know, it was a little shocking all of a sudden to have him pantsless, you know, when some of America may be really meeting him for the first time. So it was interesting to me that the producers kind of portrayed him in that way, because he is wacky and he is zany and he's known for his huge personality, but it took it kind of to another level that I don't know if it quite landed. I could see where they were going with it, but I was almost like, whoa, maybe we like pop this in like the 6th or 7th episode.
Because you know what else too, to bring it back to that, I think a lot of people that are watching this show are probably, you know, maybe our age or a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older. I don't think there's people that really, unless you're a big sports fan like me, like know him in his football playing days, because was not recent.
No.
Right? So having just this sports personality come out and like be a little uncomfortable, they might be okay with it, but like the people who aren't watching it are the ones who wouldn't be okay with it,
right?
Unless you're like a sports person,
right?
Then you are uncomfortable,
right? No, but I did think that his relationship that they have with his granddaughter is really sweet, and I think that that's a really great focal point of the show, kind of bringing it back down to a more subdued level and funny level with the two of their interactions, as opposed to like these big scenes with the family that may seem a little contrived. I think those
scripted, more
scripted. With scripted, which, you know, can happen with some reality TV. As much as people want to say, this is us, we're real, you know, whatever. Yes, I think there's a lot of truth to that. And no, they're not given a script. Okay, this is what you need to say here, and here. But there are definitely some moments that seem like, hey, why don't you bring this up in conversation? Hey, why don't we focus on this in this episode? You know, but I think the moments with his granddaughter are so cute, and she is absolutely beautiful and hilarious, and I think she brings out a really great side to him.
Okay, so now let's transition into just like each bringing up a little bit of bullet points that we think need to be talked about.
Okay,
Does
great.
that sound good to you?
Yeah, that sounds
We definitely
fabulous.
did a really long like recap situation, but I think there's specific things that actually need to be talked about because we have a lot of questions.
Yes.
And let's just bring it back to Zuri. Like, who is Zuri? Who is her daddy? What is happening? Okay? I don't care. I mean, if she's adopted, if she's from another marriage or a hookup or I don't know, whatever. But I think people watching it are like, okay, she's not white.
Right.
And that's fine. But like, we have questions of what, like, who is her father?
Who is she?
Like, why can't we know where she came from? Do we need to know? I don't
necessarily need to know personally, but I definitely think they have a lot of blended family, which is a really great thing to have on TV right now.
Yeah.
Because there are so many blended families, and we are seeing that so much more, especially in reality TV, which I think can broaden your broaden your audience, your viewership. For sure. Which I think is great.
To give like the human aspect of it.
Right.
Because there are a lot of
right. I mean, what family, like, I mean, how many friends of ours have parents that are divorced, that have step siblings, half siblings, adopted siblings, you know, so I think it really does cast the show in an even better light. And the Bradshaws for being this super welcoming, opening, loving family.
And blended as well, because Terry had Lacey from a previous marriage.
Right, Tammy did.
I'm sorry, Tammy.
It's okay.
Hello. Tammy did from a previous marriage, and now he's like, this is my daughter.
Right, no, and I love that. Like, she's the son I never had. Yeah. That's what they always keep saying. Like, she's the son I never had. She's the son I never had. But I also really appreciated Rachel and Erin being super honest, because I think it's tough. I think, you know, there are so many struggles with having a blended family. And I think Rachel and Erin and Lacey being like, hey, this wasn't always a natural, cohesive relationship. Yeah. Like, we had to work at this. Yeah. You know, I think that's awesome and is a true testament to how lovely the Bradshaws are and how important family is. So I think especially for E to have a real like family on their network is great. And I really, as crazy and a little off the cuff as they can be, I think it's definitely important to showcase families that have these struggles just like all of us do and all of like, you know, our families do. So I found it super relatable, you know, to have, you know, siblings that don't necessarily always get along, don't agree, are super different. You know, I really resonate with Rachel in the fact that like she loves her makeup, she loves her hair, she loves her glam, like live that life. And then I could see my sisters in Erin and Lacey being a little bit more tomboy, beautiful, kind of like, you know, Erin loves horses and being outside, and Lacey's super athletic. So I think it's cool. They have a lot of different dynamics on the show and within the family.
I agree. But
I absolutely loved them. The one scene that I was like, this is kind of crazy was the episode where Rachel is trying on the wedding dresses.
Oh my God.
It's so funny.
Wait, didn't they go there just to try on regular dresses? But
yes,
it was
they had an event.
Idea.
Yes, they had an event and they went to go try on dresses or whatever. And it reminded me so much of an episode of Real Housewives of New York when Tinsley Mortimer, I think it was 2 seasons ago or last season. Oh God, I'm such a bad housewives. Tinsley Mortimer goes to try on a dress. And Bethany Frankel, who I love, oh my God, she's my favorite bee. She says, oh my God, that's like going to try on a coffin. And all I could think of during this episode was, oh my God, this girl, like, where is this relationship going?
And then they broke up in the next episode.
Right, and exactly my point. I was like, girls out there, I don't know who's listening, but women, do not try on wedding dresses until you've got the ring. That is crazy.
But then in the next episode when Dustin, the guy, the dumb guy, came for the barbecue, he just was just like there.
I know.
I was like, get with the program. Get with the program.
Well, and you could see that this relationship, as much as Rachel definitely wanted it to happen, you could see that, like we talked about, their family is so family oriented, helping out. You help barbecue, you get the drinks, you know, whatever.
And Rachel was like, once you're in dad's circle, you're there forever, but it takes a lot to get in there.
Right.
I loved that.
Yeah, because it's so true, especially with families. Like, there is this code of like, you need to break through that next point before you're welcomed into the family. And I did not think that Dustin, thank God he's gone.
Bye.
I did not think that he had put in any effort whatsoever.
No.
And Rachel deserves so much better.
So much better. Wait, let's talk about Dustin for a second. Do you think? Okay, when was this?
Where is Dustin now? Does anybody have a wellness check on Dustin?
Hi, Daddy. Is the baby born yet? When's the baby due? I don't think so.
Yes.
First of all, when did this girl get pregnant? Because did he cheat on Rachel? Because
so that's what they said. Oh no, it was beyond. Because look, that same thing happened to me, not with a baby, but a relationship, and I was devastated. Honestly, props to her because she handled it with beauty, with grace, you know, a couple curse words thrown in there, but who wouldn't? Because that was wild.
I loved Terry's response too.
Like 1 minute you're at a barbecue, the next minute you're having your ex's baby. Like, this is a crazy whiplash scenario.
And also when Terry was like, listen, if it works out, I'll be there to walk you down the aisle. If it doesn't, I'll be there with ice cream and tequila. And you know what? He was there with ice cream and tequila.
And he was A+.
Best dad ever.
A+.
I'm into him as a dad. I think he's a great dad.
Yes.
Definitely a great grandfather as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just had a few other things to mention.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before her and Dustin broke up, when they went to the monster truck race show that Terry was announcing.
Yes.
When they're in that suite, I'm like, damn, look at these guys. The husbands are hot.
Yes, the husbands are so hot.
So hot.
Dead. Honestly, they picked so well. I mean, Tammy's gorge. Like, all of their partners are beautiful. And that guy that Rachel went on the date with, the Marine, also smoking.
Marine Dan.
Yes, Marine Dan. Yes. Also,
what the heck happened to them? I need to know the story. We got to get Rachel on.
I know, we do have to get Rachel on. But, I mean, she said that she just, like, wasn't into it. I think, like, maybe he was too, like, Marine-y. Like, I don't know. Maybe he just was like, maybe he was just like too into like being a Marine and not too into being like Rachel's like partner, Rachel's boyfriend, Rachel's hype man. Like she is a diva and she needs somebody who's like gonna hype her up. And maybe he just like wasn't up to the task.
Career, which
love.
I know she had mentioned that she tried to go to Nashville and make an album.
Right. Really tough.
Came back to Texas or Oklahoma. I don't know where she is.
Somewhere in the
Midwest.
Yeah.
And said, I'm doing real estate. But now, miraculously, she has an album. So I'm going to have to ask her if we can play it on our next pod. But, like, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get her
But we should definitely wrap up the bullet points. But I feel like, I have one more that I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
Do you have one more?
No, you go ahead. I'll take a quick look at my notes. Because I took a lot of notes during these episodes. Oh, my favorite line that Zoe says, they're like, oh, how can we get your mommy and daddy to move to the ranch or to move to wherever they are in the Midwest? And she's like, fill all the showers with whiskey. And I was like, honestly, you're so smart.
Fill all the showers with whiskey.
Fill all the showers with whiskey.
Let's put beans in her ice cream.
Yes. Yeah, honestly, hilarious.
She didn't fall for it. She's a prankster. You can't prank a prankster.
No, you really can't. You really can't.
Okay, we haven't mentioned at all. We're going to end with this on our discussion here before we give our ratings and give our recaps of Andy and Michael. Quarantine crazy. We didn't talk about quarantine yet. We're all going through the same situation. We're still kind of in quarantine. Coronavirus is still very real. We're still being very careful, but while this show was filming, everything was shut down. The week after they went to DC, after where Terry, who's a very like touchy-feely, I was uncomfortable with that. I'm uncomfortable a lot with things like that.
I know, I can't even hug you. It's it's a struggle.
He went to go get COVID tested and did it himself, which I thought was wild.
Also strange because I did not know that you could do that.
Well, apparently
I would not trust myself to do
go
that.
far enough.
Yeah, to go far enough. I'd be like, one nostril, second nostril, done. Bye. Okay, great.
Wrong.
I don't have
Inconclusive. But we didn't talk about quarantine, and I just thought, first of all, the house is apparently haunted, which is very cool. I'm totally into the ghost life.
My house is haunted here, so great.
But
totally vibe with that.
All right, so I know you have something to say about Quarantine Crazy, about what they were drinking, but I thought it was insane. Terry ate a worm!
He did eat a worm. It was disgusting.
I got nauseous. People were dry heaving on the show. I almost ran to the bathroom. Yes. I was like, what is going on? Can I take more of this? I don't know what else is going to happen.
Right. I mean, I think it really just goes to show he is a showman. Like, he is. Whether or not his family is on board with it, he is going to go down to the end of the field, and he is going to get that touchdown with all of these little pranks, these crazy things that he's doing. Yeah. He is going all in, dare I say, balls to the walls without his pants on. So
he also said he's getting a scrotum tuck when he talked about Aaron's boob job. So
it was shocking all around. Yeah.
He said he's gonna bring him up to his ears or something. So like, I felt bad.
It was equally horrifying and hilarious.
I felt bad for Tammy because she was completely mortified in the car when he said that. I was like, girl, run far away, but don't run too far because you got a good setup.
Yeah.
We love you. She's kind of like the voice of reason, too. She'll be like, why would she tell you about her boob job?
Yeah.
Why is your daughter going to say?
She's like checking in.
32 years old, she got Botox. Like, just calm down.
Yeah. No, Tammy is a really great sounding board. And again, like, I love their relationship. Yeah. I think she is so calm and beautiful, and he is so absolutely insane. But it works. It totally works. Yeah. And it really keeps the show exciting. And I think having more of her in the episodes 2, 3, 4, you know, it kind of levels out that insanity that is Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
So no, quarantine, as we all know, it's super tough. It's super weird. I just found it weird that they only quarantined for 1 week together. I was like, you have this giant ranch. And he even said, Rachel was like, well, I have to go home. And he's like, to what?
Yeah.
Where are you going? And I'm thinking to myself, where are you going? I live at my parents' house now. Where do you get to go where you're doing fun things?
Well, Aaron was honestly,
I'll book a ticket.
Aaron was like, honestly, I make my coffee in my underwear and I frankly can't do that here. So I feel her.
God. I feel like I do that around my parents now because it's just been 7 months of this quarantine. So maybe I'm just used to it.
You've gone quarantine crazy.
Right. I literally have gone quarantine crazy. Thank you, Terry Bradshaw, for coining that term for me. No, I just thought it was interesting that they only quarantined for 1 week
I
together.
First of all, that's where episode 5 ends, so we don't know what happens in episode 6. So the quarantine
will have
for sure continues because the things were locked down for longer than a week. So I'm interested to see how the rest of the season plays out, specifically in light to what's happening in our world.
Right.
Obviously, it was filmed before real time right now, but still the filming coincided with this very real global pandemic that we're still very much in right now. So I'm kind of interested to see. At the first, let's give our ratings. At first,
let's do it.
I was totally like not into it. My notes for episode 2 say bored. When can I be done? Episode 3 picked me up a little bit. So I'm gonna give this a resounding 3.5 champagne flutes.
Wow!
And I think there's a very fine line, room for improvement,
yes,
room for decline.
Right.
Both have a very real possibility of happening.
Right. And it's so funny because I also gave it 3.5.
Get out!
Before you even said that, swear to Jade. No, and mine was 4 because I was thinking, you asked me, okay, what would Andy think? What would Zaddy Andy think? And I really believe that he thinks, or me speaking for him, that he would think the show had great potential. It is a wonderful family. They are dynamic. They are cool. They are gorgeous. So perfect for TV. But I really think, yes, there is room for improvement. Always going to be growing pains when you're entering reality TV. Like, as we've seen, The Housewives, these shows take time. They take cultivating. They take getting, used to being in front of a camera. It's different, where he's so used to being, okay, I'm on this show and I've got XYZ to talk about. But when you invite cameras into your life, it's a whole other world. And I think people are like, oh, well, you're on TV. It's easy for you. But reality TV is a whole other ballgame. Yeah. No sports pun intended. But it... Go on! But I'm excited to see how it continues to go. I'm wondering if we'll get to see any of Rachel pursuing her music career.
Yes.
I'm super interested in that, being a singer myself. I hope that she finds love. That would be. I feel like I'm so invested in Rachel's storyline.
Me too.
Love Aaron and Lacey and the fam, but Rachel really. I mean, yes, she stands out because she's this young widow. Yeah. She's had this crazy Dustin guy who he was a piece of white paper. Yeah, he was the worst. But I'm just excited to see where she goes.
Me too.
Almost more than Terry and Tammy and everybody.
We know where Terry goes. He played football. He's on
NFL
he's just Countdown
chilling
on Fox. He's on Thursday Night Football on Fox, and he's got this show. Done. You're in your 70s, whatever. Yeah. Rachel, on the other hand, into hearing about her life.
Yes.
Okay, so what I think about Michael Strahan, his co-host on Fox NFL Sunday. Yes. Now, Michael Strahan, we all know, has a very big personality and definitely makes fun. They definitely like to make fun of each other. I think he would praise him for being an amazing girl dad. Michael has twin girls. Yeah. I think they're twins. Actually, don't quote me on that. He has 2 girls.
I'm so bad with sports knowledge.
And Michael's going through a hard time with custody, which is not a good thing. We don't need to talk about that. But I think he would praise Terry for being a great father. He would do anything for his girls, and I think Michael would do the same thing.
Right, yeah.
And Michael also would make fun of him so much, A, put on your shirt, A, put on your pants.
Right.
B,
brush your hair.
You think, brush your hair, cut your hair. Michael gets a haircut, I think, once or twice a week. He gets his haircut all the time. Yeah. It's Terry, you have no hair on top, but this going long is not a good look. Have your wife help
signature.
You.
I couldn't imagine him with another hairstyle. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe he's gonna go quarantine crazy and do something wild. Grow a beard.
But I'm uncomfortable. But I also think that Michael will congratulate him as well for having so many projects at the same time, because Michael is very ambitious and takes on a lot. He's on GMA, he's on NFL Countdown, he has random things that he does here and there, and same with Terry. And he's we have an addiction to work.
Yeah.
We're successful, like Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yeah.
We have won Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael won, but whatever.
Right.
But I just think that
they're hustlers.
They're hustlers,
Yeah.
and I think he would praise him for that. But the jokes and the making fun will not stop.
No, it would be
Will
funny to
not
have him
stop.
on the show.
Yeah.
To like kind of be in that environment with him. Like I think that Michael might even be more comfortable than Terry would be like in a reality TV.
For sure he would.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that would be a really funny dynamic to
Yeah.
see. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll get renewed for a season 2.
I mean,
We'll have to see.
Their dynamic on Fox is really good.
Yeah.
They already make fun of each other
Right.
in a non-reality
TV show
way.
Right.
And I just can't even imagine how it would be if they were on the same show together. So, yeah. So, woo!
That was fun.
Yeah, so that's our recap of episodes 1 through 5. We have a lot. I mean, you can't even say everything we wanted to say in a half an hour, but I think that
tough.
For episodes 6 through 10,
we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna review
I'm
6 through
excited.
10. Obviously, give our whole series outtakes and like figure it out from there. And I'm gonna work my little booty off to try and get Rachel to make an appearance, even like a 2-minute appearance on this pod.
Yeah,
I would follow her.
That'd be amazing. And I'm really hoping, like I didn't get to say, but I'm really hoping that they are getting that White Claw sponsorship because they are White Clawing it up, which is my drink of the summer.
Just like we're Lamarca-ing.
Yeah, honestly, like we've got Lamarca. They should try
Cheers.
Volley out. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of White Claw on the show, which I mean, just gives it an extra oomph for me, drink of the summer. But I really hope that, you know, Rachel's getting that White Claw sponsorship because girl, they love them.
Yeah. Pound it.
Who
They drink
does it?
so much. They're like every time they're drinking. I just love it. I mean, who wasn't drinking?
Who's not drinking during quarantine?
I know.
We have a jumbo bottle of champagne here.
You could use that as like a weight.
I know, you honestly could. Do some squats.
We'd rather drink it. All right. So that's it for pod number 1.
That was fun.
Woohoo.
We did it.
We did it. So we'll see you next time on Tea Time with Mel and Jay.
Mel and Jay.
We'll be talking about, like I said, episodes 6 through 10 of the Bradshaw Bunch. And then we'll announce the next series, movie, show,
what should we watch
documentary.
next?
We should.
Let us know.
Maybe we can get suggestions from In the Zone readers, followers of what they would like us to review.
Let's
that
do
would
it.
be cool. We'll put
Give
it
us
out
a
there.
challenge.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well, we'll see you next time.
Enjoy your Saturday.
I might cut that out because it's not going to go on a Saturday. That was good.